Alive, alive, alive. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chat with Kat. I am so excited to be with you guys on tonight. Man, I am just missing my Wednesday. It's just been one Wednesday that I missed, but I'm missing it. I'm on now Mondays at 6, Mondays only, and we'll try to circumvent that as best we can. And yeah, because I want more. I need, yeah. And I hear y'all. I hear y'all. So thank you so much. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. What y'all know? What y'all know about this? What y'all know about this? I have two fantabulous queens with me on tonight. And let me tell you, you are about to be, hey, Peggy, you are about to be inspired to the 10th, 30th degree. I'm telling you, whether you have their book or not, and you're going to get it. Come on. You're going to get it. So go ahead and make your plan, make your notes to pick up Better Than Ever by LaRissa Oxner and Sherry Smalls. Go ahead and make your note to pick that right on up. You will be blessed. You will be blessed. You will be super encouraged. I'm going to talk about my favorite chapter, and we're going to dive into the ins and out, what made them write the book, what gave them the courage, and all of those like background behind the scenes type of information that you can only get like from one-on-ones. We're going to dive into y'all. If you have questions for them, please post them. I will do my best to read your questions aloud and to let them know, and they'll do their best to answer you with the best of their ability. Okay, I'll have the information for you concerning how you can get in contact with them, how you can purchase their book, and things like that. Toward the end, we'll probably mention it in between time, because some people will be in and out. Understandably, some people will be in and out. So we'll go over that information time and time again, and it will be posted on this video, this episode on my YouTube channel. So subscribe. Touch that notification bell so that you will be notified every time a video is uploaded, because the girl will do you right. There's just encouragement and then more videos like this coming forward. I look forward to being with you guys every single Monday. I am excited, and we'll pick that up as time goes. So we're building legacy and building empire, so we can't be stretched too thin. And I pray that you are as well. This is the time, and this is your season. This is the time, and this is your season. Whatever God has birthed in you or has put inside of you to give birth to, we're going to encourage you to just go forward with that, and keep everything in prayer. Have focus and determination. So without further ado, we're going to bring on Riss and Sherry on tonight. I am so excited. I pray that you guys stay with us, hang out with us for a minute, post up your comments, like I said, subscribe to the channel, please. If you have other Black excellence awards or individuals, entrepreneurs, please let me know about it at catwellnesscoach1@gmail.com, and I will connect with them as soon as I can. Okay, without further ado, now here we go for real this time. Hey, Sher.
Hi.
Hey, Sherry and Rissa. I am so happy to see you guys on tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks
for having us on, girl.
Woo! I'm excited. Like, and it feels like we haven't seen each other so long, but we just saw each other Saturday.
Literally saw your face Saturday. Yeah. It was
this is what we love. Look, this is what we love. I love them so much, you guys. This is my family. We're blood related. We're kinfolk related. We're related by Christ and all of these wonderful things. Get connected. If you're not connected, y'all have seen the people that I've had on, the caliber of my connections, my family trees, all of that. It is so awesome. I'm so delighted to have you guys on today. So I will decrease, and I'm so thankful that you're here with us. Let us know. See, I was like, how am I going to do this? Because it's two. Who's going to answer the questions? Y'all going to do a tag team thing? I don't know. We winging it. We're winging it. So let us know how it's sounding. What's going on? Just let us know. Sherry, what's going on with you, girlfriend?
It is Monday. You asked me how I feel. I am burnt out. I need my hour back. It feels like Monday brought me everything and then some. I am exhausted. and thanking God for concealer. Hallelujah, and coffee.
Yes,
That's
and
my truth.
coffee.
And coffee. That's my Monday truth.
Yes, yes. What's going on with your now this day? How your day went? How was your weekend?
My weekend was lovely. The weather was beautiful.
Wasn't
Shout
it?
out to Tiff. That's where I got to see you all. She had a pop-up shop, Tiffany Barnes,
Yes.
part of the AGR family. It was amazing. Got some great stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't remember who made this, but it was beautiful for all the ladies who love pink and green. That was my motto. And I got to be a plant parent over the weekend. So I went to Lowe's and got a bunch of stuff, got some calla lilies, and I
Oh
plan on hunkering
wow.
down this summer because I'm not for the cicadas. I'm not going outside. I thought I was going to garden this year. I'm not. The cicadas
Right.
will not see me this summer, so all my plants have to be indoor. So I gave them a little love and attention.
I mean, it's cicada. It's the year for
17 years,
cicadas.
Yes.
honey. Yes, 17 years
Wow.
cicadas.
How did I miss that?
I don't know.
Until
And
That's
we
why we
June,
asked the
gotta have
right?
these
neighbors.
conversations.
Yeah, no. We asked the neighbors, like, so what was it like last time? Do you remember? Was it because every area doesn't get hit the same? Everybody who was here, and there's been no real new development, and I have like a forest in my backyard, say it was a swarm, and so I'm not interested.
That
I'll be
is
right here hiding.
that is crazy. Rissa,
What's going
my
on,
best
girl?
friend. I love you, girl. I love
I
you.
love
What's
you
going on
too.
with you? We're gonna dive in. What's
Well,
going on with you? Yeah.
well, what's going on with me? Super excited to be on your amazing platform,
Yes.
Black Excellence 365. Here with
Yes.
Chat. Listen, I just saw you guys on Saturday, as Sherry already mentioned, and you and I do the Good Life Gospel Show. Okay, so but outside of that, I did get the opportunity to go to Tiffany B's pop-up shop. I had an amazing time. We met some amazing people. And I'm out here being a mama, thriving, honey. That's what we doing in these streets, outside of radio life, outside of author life.
Mm-hmm.
My
Nine to
daughter don't
five
care
life.
nothing about none of that. She don't care anything about any of it. Okay, so just out here mothering in these streets and having a good time doing it. Having a good time doing it.
Yes.
Having a good time doing it. That's what it's all about. We gotta get it when we can get it, right? It's like when you mothering and you got career entrepreneur, you have husbands and acquaintances and all of these things going on. It's
Right.
like you do your best. So praise God because He gives us the strength. He
Hello.
gives us the strength, right?
Only
He
him,
gives us
yes.
the strength. So
Absolutely. It
I
takes
don't know.
it
I
takes the
wanted to.
strength to do it all. It takes strength to do it all. Get into it.
I'm
Get
anxious
We
to
are
into it.
hear
here
what is the chapter.
to discuss
Okay.
better than ever. To
Mm-hmm.
discuss some better than ever topics and things like that. To give
Okay.
everybody a sense of like, how did this come about? How did the name come about? What was
Oh,
going on? When did you decide that I'm going to write a book? Like, how did that happen? I'm like, I haven't, no, I might write a column or a newsletter, but a book, I don't know. I will step into it if I'm told to do so. I will tell you that. But when did that happen? Like, Sherry, when did it happen for you? When were you
oh.
like, you know what? How did it, like, did y'all come together? Did you say, you know what, Rez? How did that conversation go? What was that like?
That conversation really started with LaRissa Oxner. And she said, we need to write a book. And I was
Okay.
like, we share constantly.
Mm-hmm.
We really, really are good girlfriends outside of this. And so we'd have great chats. That's good. We would, you said something really powerful. That was really a word.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember her saying, you know what, we talk real good. Like we should go ahead and write a book. And I was like, not
Like,
me. I like to journal. We have lots of similarities. I write 1,000 things all day long. Book publishing or writing or documenting for a book was never something on my thought process of things that I would really accomplish. And I certainly did not plan on doing it when it was done. So it really was under the push and the help and the love and the support of Risk that all of that came about.
a loving push. Okay, Rez, this was you. This was your thing. So how did it? You woke up one day and you was like, you know what?
Girl,
What did
no.
that look like?
Absolutely not. I was actually encouraged. I was I wanted to do a spinoff of what I share on my segment on the Good Life Gospel Show. So I wanted to do a spinoff on that tailored to good news, inspiration, motivation, around realistic topics that I was currently dealing with at the time, and outside of the church arena. So while just, playing with different ideas and things of that sort or whatever, I actually asked one of my homeboys, what did he thought about the ideas and the topics and stuff. He was like, you should write a book. And I was like, no, I don't write no books. And so after all of the kicking and screaming and pushing, and I talked to Sherry, because as she mentioned, we do have a lot of things in common that we had no idea that we had in common. And so I was like, you gonna write this book with me? And she was like, let me think about it. And I was because, in the book, there are transparent stories that happen to us that we experience through the course of our lives up until this point now. I actually, what I was going through when did we write the book? 2019? Wow.
We published 2019, so we started in 2018.
2019. So I was literally going through a situation and the chapters started flowing from there. And isn't it amazing how they say your pain pushes you towards your purpose and all of that stuff or whatever. And so I just felt a little bit stagnant, and I was like, I need to do something with my time, and so I'm a journaler anyway. And, and I'm like, these are the things that I'm going through. These are the things that Sherry has gone through. We can probably help somebody, because, that's what I'm all about. If I had a situation and I felt alone, then I know somebody else is going to gain from what it is that we share. And we just pushed past our fear of being transparent, our anxiousness of not getting it right, or, who it would appeal to. And voila, you get better than ever. And it's literally a journey that we were going through at the time of writing the books, and even going back through some of the stories that we shared, because we don't put our names at the end of them, so you don't know unless you know us personally which chapter, who wrote what, basically. And so we wanted that to be intentional, so that's how we came up with Better Than Ever.
Wow, you know what? That is inspirational in itself. And I pray that you guys are hearing that, how inspirational it is, because it's telling you, just because it wasn't on your mind and just because it wasn't in your plan does not mean that it's not something that you will do. Now, God is not going to purpose you or will you toward anything that's not good for you, but let it be known that when the opportunity arises, when the conversations start happening, that flexibility to think about it. She didn't say no. You didn't say, I'm going to find somebody else. They have flexibility with one another. Rissa allowed you to take your time. She didn't measure you and all these kind of things.
I kind of did.
It was a good push. It was
a good push. I said push. I meant it. Like, so when we doing this book?
Yeah.
It was a good love push, right? And we all need good pushes. We always talk about the great pushes in our lives and stuff. We all need that. So I pray that you guys are getting that. I got it. And I'm so thankful that you both pressed through, that you pushed through, that you prayed and stayed focused and determined, even through everything that you were going on, everything that you were going through at the time, even even in the unfolding of it and all those things like that. I can just imagine, because life happens. It just happens every day without doing anything, right? Without doing anything. So what can you guys tell us about the biggest encouragement that you have in your life that helps to keep you fueled to go forward? What can you share with us about that? Rissa, you go first this time.
Okay. One of the biggest things that keeps me going, obviously one of them is my daughter. The other thing is the fact that, so I'm a full-time mom, and that's just what it is. Parenting is not always Skittles and rainbows, as I say. However, she is one of my greatest gifts, one of my greatest responsibilities, and I do not take that lightly. I also wanted to give myself a chance. Every day that I wake up, I give myself a chance. I give myself a chance to be better than I was the day before, better than I have been in my younger years. And, and I hope for the future, because things are not always great, but things are not always bad either. So if we're only focusing on what's wrong rather than putting that same energy into what's right, we're going to miss it every time. So that's what I wake up daily with. And, obviously Jesus is my homeboy. So my foundation in faith is what fuels me. But I just also know that faith without works is dead. So I can love Jesus all day long. I can sing his praises. I can give God everything, but if I don't give him my footwork, it means nothing. So, so I just wake up daily with the intention, and I mean that wholeheartedly, with the intent to give myself a fighting chance, regardless of what is being said, regardless of what is being done, regardless of my apprehensions or whatever, giving myself a fighting chance to see, well, let me see what God has for me on the other side of this. And so I think that's something that really, really has fueled me over over the last few years, is just giving myself a chance, looking myself in the mirror and saying, girl, you got it going on. What? Okay. And, and just fighting for something that I want to have, even if I don't even know what it is. Even if I don't even know what it is, but giving myself a chance to be better.
Yes. That is awesome. Woo! That is awesome. That is a word and a half. Thank you. Come on, Sherry. What is your inspiration? What keeps you going and keeps you fueled? Let us know. Let the people know, because we need help. We need help.
Oh, well, I definitely agree that, my spirituality, my trust and my faith in God keeps me fueled on a daily basis. But beyond that, I do have 3 little boys, and I want to make them proud. They most of the time don't care what I'm doing, but I want them to see the example of, if I put my mind to doing something, even if it doesn't seem doable, I continue till I'm finished. I want them to see the finished product of things. I want them to imagine things that seem impossible, and really going forward, you want to be, right now the biggest thing is, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. Be a YouTuber. Then I tell them that all the time. Okay, so how are you going to get to it? And I could not, with full honesty and transparency, push them in that way if I don't allow myself to also be pushed, and I also don't take some fear and faith journeys. I would not be able to speak from a knowledge base when they come to those terms, when they're saying, I want to do something, or, as they get older, they may be fearful. I want to be able to say I've done things that didn't seem like they were realistic at the time, with no real map or real planning, or sometimes full support, but you just jump. If this is something that you have on your heart and you feel led to do it, then you need to do it. So wanting to really be an example to them constantly, I want to leave them a legacy as well. Like, if you want to be an entrepreneur, there are a lot of ways to get to different goals, and being able to do that, it continues to encourage me daily. And I think the second thing that truly encourages me, over the years, I've really tried to learn more about my family history. And I feel like I don't just have an obligation for me and my kids to leave a legacy, but I owe it to those who came before me. I definitely always want to make my mom proud. And of course she is, with these, these small things. But I also feel like we have such an amazing opportunity as Black people now. For most of us, we have so much access to things. And not just for ourselves, but for our entire community. So I feel like when opportunities present themselves, we're so connected with one another. Why not? I want other people to see this as an example that they can do more. Our forefathers would have loved to have an opportunity to learn how to read, let alone write a book and publish a book. So how dare me not take every opportunity when it presents itself to be better for someone else, or someone else who didn't have a chance. So
yes. Oh my gosh. You know what? Wow. I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying not to cry. That is awesome. You bring so much light and love, and it's so authentic, and I can feel it. And it might just be because I know you and I just love you, like my sisters, all in itself. But I pray that you guys can just ride on every word that was said, that you can receive every word that was said, because what I heard you say was that you need to be a great example for your kids. And how can I push them if I'm not taking those risks or taking, taking those journeys. I have to be truthful and pushing them. Because we'll push them into, different things and being strong and intelligent and making wise choices and all of those things. But if we're not practicing it, then they're listening, but they're not exactly doing because they don't see us doing it. So you know what? Big shout out to us as parents, as women, for just having the faith and the strength to walk in who we are, to learn who we are, learn to love who we are. And you're not alone. You're not alone. I can speak to you guys about that because we know each other, but also because we're women and the struggle is very, very similar and closely matched for many more of us than it's not. And I know sometimes myself, I get in my head. That was my week last week. It was a bad head week, but I'm here and I'm still present and I'm still going. So maybe encouragement to you guys as well. We just want to encourage and implore you to just keep going, marching forward, keep singing God's praises, keep seeing the glass half full instead of half empty. Just like Rissa was saying, sometimes we pay so much attention to the what nots and to what is or the opportunities that might be, could flourish. But the possibilities are endless. We need to walk in that, believe in that. So I pray that you guys are being encouraged on tonight, being inspired on tonight. And I'm going to go on to my favorite chapter. It's almost 6:30. My favorite chapter, and I picked this chapter because it is one of the things that I had the most trouble with. I have the most trouble with, and as I read it, I see a lot of myself in it. So this is day 8. Well, let me go back. So their devotional can you see it? Okay. The devotional is really devotional. Look, and forgive the newness of my book, because I've had a book since a year or so ago, and I couldn't find it. So my beautiful best cousin, so she dropped me by another copy, and I was able to reread it again. But let me tell you, it's a 30-day devotional, and you can read it like it's a story, or you can read it day by day, make your notes, pray on it, and all of those things every day. What I did when I read this book, I read it from front to back, and my intention was to go back and break it down. I'm doing that now, but I read the whole thing, and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me take it day by day. I want to read it for the daily devotional that it is, right? So my favorite chapter that's closely matches me right now and the coming out and busting through and all of those things, conquering things, is day 8, because that's what it makes you do. It makes you want to be better. So I appreciate the name of it too, in that it makes you want to be better. It makes you take a look at yourself and not see more than the stuff. You get to see more than the stuff. You get to celebrate what could be, what you might be able to be, and all of those things. So I look at y'all smiling. Yeah. So it's hitting the nail.
Really, you get it. It's not for everybody, but this book is for you because it speaks to you the way that we were hoping our readers would receive it. So it is great to hear that affirmation. I was getting ready to say.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a really good book. We read it ourselves.
We did. I want to just, speaking to the quality, because this is my book. It's signed by Rissa. We signed each other's book, and it's still, well, here we go. Mm-hmm. Almost 2 years later, it's pristine. It's a good book, and it's a good quality book. So there you have it.
It's good quality. All the bending and all the folding and all of that.
Exactly. Still a good book.
My favorite chapter is day 8. Don't compare, conquer. Now, and I do not have my glasses on. Would you go with my glasses? Please look at my purse. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna read.
I'll pick up if you're
losing. Conquer. Day 8. And I'm gonna go right down to the second paragraph. It says, jealousy is a dangerous emotion that can lead to self-destruction. It directly turns your focus away from God and replaces God's sovereignty for your selfishness. I was like, boom, that was like a reading through that. And I don't care how many times I read it. Every time I read it, it's like, wow, it's just like taking the top off something that I've never seen before. That is so wonderful and awesome to reflect on that. Because I believe that a lot of us, thank you. I believe that, and I know I'm not the only one. That's something that I suffer from too, thinking that I'm the only one, in so many circumstances and situations. And they have a chapter about that too. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. But that right there, it spoke to me because even when you're not trying to be jealous, because of your thoughts, it puts you in a position that doesn't want to celebrate somebody else. It can put you in that mindset, and that is envy and jealousy. That is envy and jealousy, and it causes you. Now, for some people, it might not be for them, because it does cause you to look at yourself. It does cause you to take a magnifying glass, to who you are, how you should be improving yourself and things like that. So are they some of the things that you guys were hoping, that your book would be utilized for, strengthening base wise? Because I'm talking so much. Let me digress. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it on the head. Well, first of all, anything that you get from it is what you're supposed to get from it. It's going to speak to everybody in an individual way. But I think one of the things that's most important is to make you feel a sense of community, like you're not alone. As mothers and entrepreneurs and businesswomen, we do still have areas of jealousy. We have areas of insecurity, lots of times where we don't feel like we are enough, feeling overwhelmed, feeling stressed. All of these things are our reality, and being able to speak on it certainly was therapeutic, but being able to also tell you all, regardless of your story, we share that commonality, and it's going to be okay. Our stories are different, but you can get through this. And a lot of that starts with recognizing it and then doing a self-check, being aware of it, and then figuring out, okay, what am I going to do about it? Now that I know it is a thing, or now I know this is a trigger or a cause of me feeling stunted, what am I going to do? Which is why we have those self-checks in the book, so that you can actually begin to do your work. Now that you've identified it, now what? Because you don't have to stay stuck. You can't get to your better than ever if you're not going to begin the journey. Start having that conversation with yourself and beginning to do the work of, I felt this way, but I don't have to always feel this way. I don't have to stay in this moment. It is just a moment. Learn from it and then move forward.
Yeah. And with that, you don't have to act upon it. I think sometimes we are so reactive, but instead do what the title says. Don't compare, conquer where you are, conquer the gifts and the talents, and utilize and execute those things where you find strength in. You know what I'm saying? And so say the jealousy can, because I think there's a thin line in it, because you want to admire someone, but then you've admired someone so much so where you're comparing yourself to what that person is doing. Oh, I'm not doing enough because he or she is doing that. Or, oh, I must not be operating in my gift because God hasn't blessed me in this way because I see so and so and so and so doing that. But this is the thing. You have to operate in your own position. You have to conquer where you are. And, instead of, perspective is everything. I always say that. How you view a thing is how you're going to deliver a thing, and then what you believe is going to be manifested in your actions. So if you start to shift the perspective of like, I don't have to compare myself. Sherry and I wrote this book together, and some of the stories we had to go back to each other and say, you wrote that. No, you wrote that. And so it does give you a sense of community with us. It gave us a sense of community with one another. And if we were feeling that the same way that you said, Kat, you felt like you weren't alone. That's exactly what we wanted every person to read it. And this book is not just for ladies, it's for men too. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from guys who have read this pink book that have taken great wisdom and great nuggets out of it, because it is not a sad story at all. It is a empowering story, a series of stories and testimonies of those aha moments. Like you mentioned, Kat, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think, I could do this, or, I had to read the book one time and now I'm going back to do the self-check. We've had a lot of feedback with that as well, but don't compare, conquer. Do what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Somebody is watching you anyway, and somebody is winning with a life that you thought sucked. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true. That's
somebody
so true.
is winning with the life that, wants your life. Somebody wants what you're doing. And so that's also a great place right there to put yourself in a mirror and say, okay, what things can I work on, and what things can I gain empowerment from or strength from, because we're always working. That's why we titled it Better Than Ever. It's a journey, from one place to another, from day one all the way to day 30. You're going to continue to progress, and you're going to continue to be better. You haven't seen your best days yet.
Yes. No, I haven't. And you haven't either.
No.
No, I haven't, and you haven't either. So I was picking up the book. I was going to ask you about the feedback that you have received. And I'm so glad that you let us know that you have gotten great feedback, and you've gotten some feedback from men. That is so awesome, because sometimes we feel like we aren't able to. Well, I'll talk about me. Sometimes there's some things that I would like to do. But I feel like, well, I can't speak to that because I'm not a man. And true indeed, there is some truth in that. There's those fundamental things that we all need: inspiration, encouragement, empowerment. Yeah. We all want to feel loved, and that we have a place or a space, and men are not, they're not, aside from that, they're not, they're no less wanting or needing of those things.
Help.
Right.
Say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
Say it.
They are no less in the league or realm of wanting or needing those same things that we need. We're all persons wanting love, needing love, and we're on this journey together. We're so it's such a community, and it's unfortunate in many cases and spaces that we're in. It may not feel like it, or it's not. And then we're going to pray and continue to lift people up in that manner who don't have community or feel community within their workspaces or their entrepreneurial mindset. We're going to lift them up and pray for them. I hope you guys are getting this, that you can be, this is a journey. And you're going to improve. There's going to be, because you were speaking just now, and something came to me, because you were talking about how you'll see, or one of you said it, I'm sorry. One of you said it. I don't know.
We both said it. It's okay.
You both said it.
We said it.
Yes, and you hit the nail on the head too. Because I was like, and it shows you, it shows you where you need to change, how you need to change, and it also what you need to let go. A lot of times they have a chapter about that too. You guys let go. I think that's the first one. But you know what? It shows you and it highlights for you, maybe not exactly what to let go, but that you need to let some things go. And oh my gosh, what can you guys share with us? Because I know you both can. You wrote different chapters, but I know the whole book is relatable to you. So, Sherry, how can you relate to us about letting something go, and what happened when you did get to that place where you had to let something go? Encourage us in your letting go.
I'm always letting something go. I think that's been something I'm constantly learning. My personality is to hold on to it until I can control it and fix it and manage it, and then I release it on my terms.
Right.
But my terms and God's terms are completely different. And I need to let go constantly. I'm constantly being reminded that, I can pray about something, but truly it is not in my control. And a lot of times that I have learned to be a lot more grace-filled. That is something that I think to be honest, I have often struggled with because I don't necessarily want to always give the benefit of the doubt. I can fix it and try to make it pretty, but I don't necessarily want to give the grace to say this is outside of what I can fix. Or, I can give it for everybody else. I don't necessarily give the grace for myself for not being able to fix things or not making it perfect or, having to step back and truly saying, this is where I leave it. Sometimes that causes me to be a little bit of an enabler, I would say, in circumstances because I want to hold on to them. And I have to learn how to give that space and be okay with things not necessarily always turning out the way that I had envisioned. Yeah. But they're going to turn out the way that they are. Sometimes you got to let adults be adults. Sometimes you have to let kids fall and then they learn, you learn and you pick yourself back up. But sometimes you have to be able to give people that space. So I think that's been for me. I've let go a lot. I'm learning. But it's a constant. Like Riss said, it is not a destination. It's a journey. So I'm constantly, even when I think I've let something go, sometimes it resurfaces and I have to go back to self and say, this is not your battle. This is not your fight. You have to let it go and be okay. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. I'm learning to leave things undone. And as Sherry mentioned, that letting go part and wanting to pick it up because I'm a fixer by nature. I like to fix things. I don't like anybody sad. I don't want to be sad. I don't like to see anybody down and out. So, I feel like I got to fix the problem or, I have a little bit of a control issue because if it's not done the way that I need it to be done so I can function, then it gives me a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of overwhelm. So I'm learning to let go of things that don't belong to me. My thing now is, I've learned a lot from what we've written in this book because I mentioned that we read it ourselves. We find encouragement from it too. I remember going through a really, really hard week and I was like, a book. And so I picked up the book and, I started in day one and, I just gained from that. And I'm like, this doesn't have to be on my plate. I don't have to be the fix it. I'm often hearing this in my head. Everybody's emergency is not yours. You can prioritize healthy boundaries is something that I not only put into practice, but I'm also a mental health and life coach. So I teach my clients the same thing. And so if I teach them that, then I have to put those things in place and letting go is a healthy boundary. If I cannot fix it and it's not for me to fix, because as Sherry said, adults will be adults, children will be children, people will be people, things will happen. But I know a person who is in control of everything. And so because I trust God in such a way, and I add my faith to unbelievers all day long, okay, that it's okay to leave it undone. It's okay to leave it undone. It will get finished. Prioritizing, and one of the things that I had to do with writing the book was letting go of my fear, letting go of it's not going to work. I know there was one moment in our process of writing, we wanted the book to come out in the summer. I had a date. Like I was like, I got a date. This is the date, and this is what's going to happen. And it did not happen. And I had a meltdown. I had a meltdown with our publisher. I had a little mini meltdown with Sherry. And so, but it was a sense of I did not accomplish something. And that was something internal for me. I want to feel accomplished. I don't want to feel like I'm not accomplished. And so when you mentioned, Kat, that, you had that sense of, you had to remind yourself not to compare, but to conquer. That's where we get that from as well. I gained strength from that because my accomplishment is not based on somebody else's opinion of me. It's not even based on the false sense of my opinion of myself. And so letting that go was a major turnaround. And since then, I have been free, and I'm excited about it. And so I'm better than ever, period.
Yes. So we are better than ever. Let go of, and for me, I'll say my let go, and I'm still letting go. The same thing that you guys are saying. the fear staying in my own way. There's so many times where I feel something, I want to do something, or and it's not on my own. It's not on my own volition. So it's something that I should do. So, but there's that it's not gonna, I shouldn't, or what are they gonna think? Those things right there. Look, you guys, you please know, understand that you are not by yourself. And I know that is something I had to conquer, kick down. I have to beat it down from time to time that, nobody understands, or, whatever, all of those things. And we all have them. We all have them. I'm so grateful and thankful for women like you, strong women who are focused and determined. And it's like every day, and it's an everyday thing. Just like you said, this is a journey. This is a journey, and we're getting better every single day. And that's the point. That's the purpose of it all, is to know that you are evolving, you are growing. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if everything don't turn out. It's okay if when I'm taking food out of the oven, look, true. When I'm taking food out of the oven, I'm taking food out of the oven from one place to the next, my little pinky get burned, right, and everything fall on the floor. It's gonna be okay. Because I can do something else. I can do something else. So you're not gonna have that meal. Nope, because it's on the floor.
There's a chapter in the book called "It's Okay."
Right.
Oh, I love that analogy.
It's a real chapter in the book.
Real story. Yes, it sure is. Real story. Things don't always work out to the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the T's, but it's gonna be okay, and that's growth and maturity. I must say, it's growth and maturity, and you get there when you get there. Just like Sherry said, you are getting whatever you're supposed to get out of the book, because I read it and my perspectives are so much different than somebody else's. You'll get something else right out of that little part that I read about jealousy and all of that. It may speak something different to you. And you know what? It's okay that it does. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So this is a wonderful and festive celebration night to me. I'm excited to have you guys on, pick your brains a little bit, just about your book, about your life somewhat, just giving us encouragement on today, on this evening. For those who are watching right now, I pray that you are, I don't know, that you're writing down, where can we get your book? I was going to say that you're writing down where you can get the book, but we haven't even said it yet. Where can we get you guys' book? Where can we pick up better than ever?
You can go on Amazon, of course, and you can get the book on Prime. You can get it via Kindle, or you can get it shipped and delivered to you. You can also get it. We're actually in Legacy Book Bar, so that is a female Black-owned bookstore. So you can get it from Legacy Book Bar, or you can reach out to us directly, and we can give you a signed copy.
Awesome. And I'll be posting all of that information on this episode of Chat with Kat. So if you guys missed it, maybe you left and you came back, or you're just coming, whatever, I will post that information so that you guys can get your book better than ever, because that's what you're doing. You're evolving and you're getting better and better each day. Even with the things, what I'm learning also is, even when I feel like I'm not, even when I feel like I'm not doing, the most, or the whatever, blank, even when I feel like I'm not doing blank, I'm still evolving. I'm still there are some areas that you're still evolving in, that you're still growing in. So I'm so thankful for that. We pray that you guys are getting all of this great, wonderful, loving encouragement on tonight. I just wanted to ask you guys a couple more questions. It's 6:45. We're gonna probably start heading out about 7. I thought it was going to be longer, but probably about 7, which is great. This is awesome. I thank y'all so much. Look at those beautiful smiles. They're beautiful, smart, intelligent, and all of those things. I'm just happy to have you. See, look at that. Picture perfect. Picture perfect. Picture perfect. The outside definitely matches the inside, and I'm so proud about it. I'm so thankful to be related. I'm so thankful. No crying, no tears, because these lashes, I don't know.
Yeah, you had the lashes on. I cried. Mine is waterproof.
You
I don't know. I've had them for a minute. But I wanted to ask, just to get on the quirky side of things. So, what is your favorite meal?
My
Sherry, what's your
favorite
favorite meal?
meal?
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? What do you prefer? Like, if you could eat something
Dinner.
all day, what would it
Oh,
be? We're gonna take an
it,
inside look at you know.
it would be dinner. I actually hate breakfast, and I generally never eat it unless it's breakfast for dinner. My breakfast is coffee. So, dinner, I like so many things, to be honest.
She's
It
the
could be
cooker.
vegan. Yeah, I mean, I do like to cook. It could be completely vegan to something like oxtail. I am a foodie, so it doesn't even. I love and mushroom burgers. Um, so it really could be anything. I love all cuisines from different places. I don't have one. I don't know if I could eat
I don't
one
have
thing
one
out of
favorite.
something. One thing
I
out of.
really don't either.
I don't. I don't.
Oh,
I just like food. I don't
that's
care for
awesome,
desserts. I don't like desserts, so I don't need your after dessert.
girl. I wish, Rissa.
No, I still have Valentine's Day
Girl,
candy in here.
I
All
love
mine is
breakfast.
gone.
Give me an egg, okay? Give me an egg, a cooked egg. I don't want none of that runny stuff. I don't want no over easy. I don't want no sunny upside down egg. I don't want any of that.
Mm.
But
See,
breakfast for me, because it's so quick, I don't like to stand over the stove. But if I had to choose, it would be breakfast for me. I can eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Um, yeah. Favorite meal, anything but the eggs.
you said anything but eggs.
Anything with
Anything with
eggs.
eggs.
Okay, that's what. And see, I'm right there with you too. I could do eggs. I'm like, it's protein. I feel good about it. I can't eat a whole lot of stuff, so it's
But here's
always
the
done.
thing though.
What?
I can eat eggs, but if I start looking at something and it starts being ugly, I can't do it.
You see the face she made when I mentioned mushroom.
When you crack the egg and you about to scramble it, and then you see the little white thing, and I'm like,
Like, no.
let me see
Bring
if I'm
it
gonna
to
do
me
this.
if it's
Maybe
done.
just bacon and toast today, So maybe just bacon and toast, But if I have to
But
start stare at things, and I love crab cakes, I love seafood.
Presentation
Um,
is everything, huh?
but yeah, if I start looking at shrimp long enough, I'm not gonna eat it because I'm
it,
like, this is ugly.
we are so much alike. We are so much alike. It is
That's
crazy.
funny.
I didn't even know that. I never knew that. I
Just
never
like
knew
that.
that.
You learn something new every day.
Every day. So, Riss, let us know what is the most recent thing your daughter has made. Like, what is the most recent thing that she has made? I don't know, brought home from school or made in her class, or you guys made together. And you share with us and tell us about it?
Absolutely. Because we are still in virtual school, even though some of the kids have gone back to school. I'm keeping her virtual for the remainder of the year. She totally hates it. She's very upset about that. She wants to be hybrid, but I thought it was the best thing to do. So my daughter loves to write me notes. I'm trying to groom her to be a little mini writer, but she don't want no parts of it. But she writes me notes, and so she ever since she was little, she loved to play with cardboard boxes. I used to tell everybody stop buying her toys because she just liked toilet paper and cardboard boxes. So she made like this little mini house, and my aunt stays with us too. So they made this mini house and they glued all of these sheets of paper to it, and you can just flip it over and it just tells a story. And so she took the box and then she put the lid up, and you can flip it down and stuff like that. So she's very creative, and I thank God for it because listen, she's one and done, and you need to find you something. You need to find you something to do, miss. But she's very creative and artistic, and so I hope to y'all pray for me because I got to find her something to do so that we can nurture that artistic ability with her. So that's the most recent thing that she's made.
You know what? I asked you that question and I didn't even think you was gonna be fully prepared. But I know Mia's creative. So I know she did something. It could have been last month. I don't know, but I know she did something because she always making something. And it sounds like she's a writer. I mean,
I hope
it's
so.
in her 6-year-old way. Is she 6 or 7?
Girl, 8.
She's
8.
8.
Man's 8.
Right, because to us, she's still in diapers. Right? I don't know.
You know what I mean?
She's still in
So
diapers
in
to
her,
us.
you
Nope,
know, in
she's
her,
8. She'll be 9
right.
this year. Yep.
Wow.
But
She's on
her dad
her
was an English major in college.
Mm.
And you know, everybody was surprised that I even wrote a book because they swear I don't write nothing.
Right.
Little do they know.
Little do they
On
know,
everything.
you know, when I'm mad and I'm
You
journaling,
write
I'm
on
like,
everything.
yeah, I used to write on, yeah.
It sounds like she's
everything I did.
She's on her way. She's on her
Yeah,
way.
so I hope so. I really do.
She is on her way. So look, so Sherry, I saw you post about your son's Women's Day gift. How precious that was. Tell us about that.
So I was like, "Are you gonna ask me about what they made? Because they made breakfast. That's it." So that was the middle one. Actually, he's the same age as Larissa's daughter. He came downstairs while I was on a work call and said, "Do you know what today is?" And in all transparency, we've been celebrating the national, like just random national days. So we celebrated like National Ice Cream for Breakfast Day, like just trying to jazz it up since we're all here and we're all quarantined together.
Right.
So he said, "Mommy, do you know what today is?" And I was like, "It's Monday." He was like, "But do you know what else it is?" And I'm like, "I don't know, like Pokemon Day, Mario Day, I don't know." So then I was like, "Well, it's International Women's Day." He was like, "You're right." And then kind of ran off. So he has the green light. They have the green light cards. And I get a little alert when they've spent some money. And I see a charge. And I was like, "What did you spend your money on?" He was like, he did say, "I got Pokemon cards. Daddy approved it. Daddy approved it." So I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So my husband goes out. He comes back in and the little one comes in and he says, "I have something for you. Happy International Women's Day." Well, little necklace. I was so surprised because sometimes I have to remind them, like, "Hey, my birthday's coming up. I have to do a whole song and a dance. Remember, Mommy's birthday. What you getting me? Mother's Day. Hey, I don't want any paper products." I'm sorry. I have started to tell him that. I don't want any more paper products. Like, I got a 12-year-old. He's almost 13. Your handmade cards that say Happy Mother's Day. When you had like, I just, you could have made something, but that's not really creative. The construction paper is all half folded wrong, and I don't want that. I want a little effort, a little love. I don't care what it is, a little attention.
Love in it.
Yeah, put some love in it, not just like here's your card. So for him to do that without any knowledge, we've never celebrated International Women's Day. Didn't know what he knew about it or why.
Wow.
It was really special. It was so
That's
out of the
sweet.
blue about it, and I was like, "You're really clever," because I definitely thought he bought
Right.
Pokemon cards, but yeah, he thought of me, and he knows I like
He got
clothes.
something for you and something for him, and that made the world a better place.
No, he didn't get any Pokemon cards. It was all a lie. That was all. He was just. That's how he got me to leave.
That was
him
his
alone.
ruse.
That was
his.
And I completely bought it. So
Okay.
Like, oh,
that is awesome. I just thought it was so sweet. It was so sweet. And many people replied the same, that it was just so sweet. I was like, oh, and that's probably how you felt. Oh, this is so cute.
It was so unexpected. And I will say I do love gifts. Gifts is one of my love languages, but it's because I really love giving gifts. The way that you love to give is of course the way you love to receive, but I take such intention when I want to give gifts, and Riss knows, like, we're gift givers with one another. But it was so special to, like, normally you think of kids, they sometimes can be a little selfish, like me, especially when it comes to their money.
Right.
And for him to just randomly decide, "Hey, I'm going to spend my money," it was definitely so sweet.
Aww.
I did something right today. And I hadn't done anything specific. Like, I didn't make him breakfast. I didn't do anything. So it was even better to feel like you just thought of me.
Oh yeah.
You thought of little old me.
Yeah, because you're right. I know, and I'm not saying just in case everybody can hear me. I'm not saying that I have to send out reminders and stuff, but I'm not shy about it. Like when my birthday comes and all of that stuff, I'm like, yay, you don't know what next week is. One more month, we got 30 days.
Right.
Not that I had to, but because, I want to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
You
And
know what though? I will tell you, I've learned from my good girlfriend, you got to celebrate yourself because
you
I'll wait
do,
and then you'll get so disappointed because you have these unrealistic expectations that no one signed up for. And then you're
right,
sitting there all sad and mad when you could have had your own party. You want to have a
right.
party? Have a party. You want this necklace? Buy it. If you saved up and you've budgeted appropriately, buy the necklace. Like yes, it's great when other people do it for you if it's sincere, but don't wait for people to celebrate. Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Do it
And that was a
And
yourself.
like
learned
you
lesson.
and like
I'm
you said,
looking.
Kat, ring the alarm all over the place. There is something to celebrate, okay? And it
Yeah.
would be me.
No,
Yeah, I
day
love
29.
celebrating.
I was like, I remember reading about celebrate
Mhm.
always. Day
Yeah.
29. This book gets you together. It touches almost
You
every
try.
area. Almost every area. And I love your faith in God and your boldness for Christ. How it's a devotional and it takes you back and it links scripture. It links you to your divine, what your divine purpose could be, what God says
Yeah.
about you. So that
Mhm.
is so wonderful and awesome, you guys. So I implore you and
Yes.
encourage you to go out and purchase Better Than Ever. It's a 30-day daily devotional. Read it however you want to read it. There's no like scription in it telling you what to do and all of those things. There's some note pages. You can take notes and things like that. Highlight in it. Put your tabs in the book and all of that. Read it more than one time if you like. But definitely it is a great and awesome, wonderful read. I was going to ask you guys about starting a book club. We're going to put a pin in it and we're going to talk about that because we're going to do that. I think that it was like things like this, they're just so helpful and so healing to so many people. And we don't say it. We don't say it. We don't say it a lot, but we're feeling some of the same things, some of the same
Mhm.
strongholds that are keeping us from being better than ever, from being our best
Mhm.
selves day to day to day. So, we're gonna put a pin in it. If anybody out there is thinking about it, let me know. Hit a girl up. But I'm not gonna wait because I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate and do this with or without you, right?
Yeah. And I wanted to
With
say
or
real
without
quick
you.
too, Kat, thank you so much because you have actually supported us since day one. You
Yes.
came to our book signing, you got your copy, you got two copies now, and we did have a trial book club. We had
Before COVID.
an event before COVID, an event that you showed up to. And so we want to say thank you so much. And look at that. It's been what, 2 years?
It
And
will
now
be.
we are now on your platform. So thank you so much for just rocking out with us and supporting us all along the way and actually taking the time to read the book and gain what you needed to gain from it. So thank you so much. We celebrate you on tonight, for just having us and then stepping out into your better than ever as well.
Thank you. I am evolving, y'all. I'm walking, and if somebody had posted something, I'm like, yes, that's me. I'm walking. I'm trying, and we're all trying. Keep trying. We want to encourage everybody to keep pushing, keep going, doing. You hear it every day, all day, maybe. I hope you do. You gotta have some pushes in your corner. We're praying that you do. And right
Yeah.
before we go though, before we roll out, are you guys doing is anything else in the works for you? What kind of, whether individually or collectively, because you're both unique and genuine in and of your individual self. So, what is coming up for you guys? I know, Rissa, you have also co-authored another book. Can you tell
Mhm.
us a little bit about that, or whatever? I don't want to
Yeah.
place.
So, really
Okay,
quickly, um, Sherry and I are one. So every time that I do something, I want to drag her along, right? So, because every good thing on my life, I want her to be a part of it, and as well as my other community of friends and stuff. So I did. In that same year, I co-authored a book, from the threshing floor with 25 other women. I'm currently writing a book to my daughter because I want her to see me as a beautiful Black woman striving and thriving in these streets. of the world that would otherwise suggest that she should just be hopeless. But we know that the devil is a liar. And so when I'm gone, I want to leave that legacy for her to know about my life, about her grandmother's life, and to see all of the great things that she can do and become. I'm also a mental health coach and a life coach. I started that journey last year. So I'm excited about that to continue to help other people in a different dynamic. And then I'll let Sherry give her individual things going on because she won't tell it, but I'll tell it for her if she does it. But we also have a podcast named after our book, Better Than Ever. You can catch it on all of your favorite podcast platforms. We are looking into doing a book club, possibly virtually or in person. We'll see what this pandemic is doing, but go to our Facebook page, Better Than Ever with Sherry and LaRissa. Go to our Instagram page, SNL Better Than Ever. You'll see all of our author stuff there and some of our individual things going on with us there as well.
Awesome.
Sherry.
I second that. I second all of that. Aside from everything that Rissa's already said, I guess for me personally, we both are entrepreneurs. So she is a mental health coach. I'm a business coach. I do love individuals with mental health backgrounds. So it's a great partnership. But together, we also want to be able to provide a lot more resources while still pursuing our individual pursuits. So I do business coaching and business strategies. So that's under Reinvented Destiny. You can find it at reinventeddestiny.com. And I'm hoping to delve a little bit more into like the nonprofit realm. I've worked a lot for for-profits, helped a lot for for-profits, love it. But as I talk about community building and really reaching back, I know a lot of people are always interested in kind of how do I get grants and how do I write grants? And I don't see a lot of people doing it. So I feel like that's an area where I can probably learn and help move things forward for people to realize how they can access money and really get businesses started, because there's so many great ideas that we have as a people that we just don't know what to do. What are next steps? So that's things those are some of the things I really, really look forward to helping people with. What do you do once you have an idea and how do you make it into a business?
Wow, that's awesome. You guys you're just so inspirational. And even the projects that you're working on and the life that you lead. And I know like to you, it's like, oh, whatever. It is big. It is huge. You are an inspiration and an encouragement. And this is in the YouTube archive. So whenever somebody stops by this channel, they will get to see some amazing Black excellence from everyone else, including you. I am so I'm inspired by you. I'm encouraged by you. I love you so much, and I'm so thankful for relationship. Look, we got those kingdom connections, and I'm thankful for that. That's going to do it for us on tonight. Did you guys have any? Well, can you share with us one last time? And I am going to post it, but just share with us one more time out loud where we can pick up Better Than Ever. And I'm sorry because I failed to mention the podcast, but you're on it. You gotta be ready. Be ready. So you ain't gotta, you gotta always stay ready. So I'm so glad that you brought it up first and you mentioned it. Did the shout out for your podcast. But let us know where we can get the book again, please.
The book is on Amazon, so Amazon.com. You can get the physical hot copy, or you can get it on Kindle. You can message us, SNL Better Than Ever, for your own signed copy that we can send directly to you. You can also get it from Legacy Book Bar, and you can always follow us on SNL Better Than Ever on Instagram or Facebook, Better Than Ever with Sherry and LaRissa.
Awesome. Look at that. I'm so proud of them. I ain't trying to let you go, but it's 7:05. We got to get up out of here. We got to get up out of here. It has been a lovely joy sitting and chatting with you guys. I pray that everyone was able to receive those wonderful, lovely, and awesome, the big, huge gems that you go out and get Better Than Ever, that you connect with the podcast on every podcasting network and platform. It is available. Grab the book at Amazon or Legacy Book Bar. Contact them. get on their Instagram or whatever the case may be. Just empowering you and leaving you tonight on a great note. Also reminding you to subscribe, connect, and share my YouTube channel, Chat with Kat. Please share. Please leave your comments. You have comments about any of the interviews. If you have Black excellence right in your backyard, organization wise, entrepreneurial wise, let me know. You have a growing business, let me know. I love to applaud you. We have so many great talents and gifts in our communities. And sometimes I did make a post today or sometime a few days ago. We kind of underestimate ourselves and we kind of shove, what we do under the rug. And we're all, because it's like, I don't want to. I'm all right. I don't want to toot my horn too hard. But you know what? That's what I'm here. I'm going to toot your horn. I'm going to put it on blast. I'm going to celebrate you because we're all in the community activism of lifting each other up and empowering one another. That's what we all have in common. And God is great and wonderful in the way, the gifts and tools that He's given us to do that, the platforms to do that on. So look, I am getting out of here. Just want to remind you guys to check out my YouTube channel. Is sponsored by Fiverr. When you go on my YouTube channel, it is on my first page, that Fiverr link. Touch that Fiverr link. They have one of the biggest garages of contract work available to do business cards, stationery. You could do voiceovers. They even have classes now for Fiverr. So with Fiverr, you can do classes and be instructors and things like that and be paid by Fiverr. So it's awesome. Check them out. Touch my affiliation link so that they know that I sent you. And then I will see you guys later. I'll have more sponsorships and more information to give you guys. I love your beautiful smiles.
We love you.
Y'all have an awesome night. Thanks for joining us on tonight, you guys. We love you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.